Hi, my name is Crystal Farh. I'm an assistant professor of management here at the Foster School of Business of the University of Washington, and I'm excited to tell you about a forthcoming paper at the Academy of Management Review. The paper is titled An Emotional Process Theory of How Subordinates Perceive, Experience, and Respond to Abusive Supervision Over Time. This paper is co-authored with Joe Oh, a doctoral candidate at the Michigan State University. So abusive supervision is defined as the extent subordinates see their supervisor's behaviors as hostile in verbal or nonverbal ways. And the research has been pretty clear about the negative impact it has on subordinates. For example, people are more likely to turn over, be aggressive, experience distress. They're also less likely to be satisfied, and their performance suffers. And so scholars and practitioners have essentially concluded that abusive supervision is one of the most toxic negative influences in organizations. But that is sort of where the questions began for Joe and myself. I remember in one of our first conversations about this project, he had so many anecdotes about coworkers of his who responded very differently from abusive supervision. For example, one might quit, another might retaliate in their own way, yet another would work even harder than before, and another would do nothing at all. And it led us to wonder why is it that people have such different responses to abusive supervision, and how could we explain it? And specifically, how can we explain when something so toxic and negative can actually increase work motivation for some? And so we looked for a new theoretical perspective, and we found that emotions theories fit the bill. So for example, appraisal theory can explain why attributions of the abusive event produces fear or anger responses. Socio-functional theories of emotion can explain why an angry subordinate might retaliate, but a fearful subordinate might do something different, like increase their work efforts. And finally, coping theory can explain why, after multiple attempts to neutralize the threat, someone who was initially angry or fearful might ultimately become sad and withdraw from the situation altogether. So when you put all the pieces together, what emerges is a complex but internally consistent system of relationships, offering an emotional account of how subordinates perceive, experience, and respond to abusive supervision, both in an initial event but also over time. And with that, we invite you to read the paper. We hope that it will, as it has helped us, to make sense of the complex phenomenon that is abusive supervision and spawn new research on how it is experienced in organizations.